Good evening, lovely viewers. You are tuned into Ghana College TV. I'm your host, Kek Elom, the student frontline. I'm also known as King K. With me in the studio now is one of the first gentlemen of the land, the College of Education, GovCo, the Government College, the Peking Government College. And I'm just honored to be with the principal of this noble institute. Sir, please, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you.
So please, can you kindly tell us a few things about yourself, your educational background, your experience, your achievements over the years? What brought you here, sir?
Yes. I'm Ebenezer Appah Bonney. I started schooling at Takoradi. I was born and bred at Takoradi. I started my primary education at Timbord Primary School. Then I moved on to Archbishop Walter A Primary at Efikma. Then I moved on to Reverend Kobayale JHS. We were the first batch. Then I moved on to Bumper Secondary Technical School, where I read science. After secondary school, I moved to Commander College to read science education. Around that time, we call it science technical. Then after teaching for some time, after completing Commander College, I went to University of Education for my first degree. I read science education. Then move on to University Education again. That is 2007 academic year to do my master's. I completed 2009 at the University of Education, Winnipeg. Then I taught at Ahantaman Girls at Takoradi and moved on to Holy Child College of Education and taught there for 11 years. Within that period, I pursued my PhD at the University of Cape Coast and graduated. After graduating, I had the opportunity to come and head Peking College of Education. So that is what God has done so far.
Thank you, Honorable Sir Dr. Ebenezer Appah Bonney. Yes, for that info. You heard it, viewers. That is a bit of profile from this high personality, the first gentleman of this college, the principal himself. Daddy, so since when did you resume the position of principal of this noble institute?
Yes, by God's grace, I took office on the 1st of August 2019. I was given my appointment on Thursday. I resumed. I took office on the 3rd. That is Monday. So that is when I started my work.
Okay, still on the school issue. So ever since you came assumed this office, were there any challenges you met in the school, and what are some of the measures you instituted to resolve such challenges?
There's an old college, and so there were a lot of problems that we faced. But with the help of my council chairman, Dr. Ebenezer, and my council members, we strategize, and we have been able to do a lot of things within the shortest possible time, as I indicated during my speech. So after the challenges, they are there, but how you deal with it. So I came to meet a lot of challenges, but by the grace of God, as you can see, we have been able to solve some. We are still working hard to solve all of them. Right.
Okay, sir. So from the student front, with few interactions from some of them, yeah, they came and noticed about the poor internet connection and the network problem as a whole. Because when we came here, even that was just yesterday for the coverage. Upon getting here, see, there was a bit of challenge with our mobile network receptions, and they measures to address that for the student body as a whole to enhance academic work.
Yes, we have even solved a lot of this internet connectivity issue. When I came, if we were to send a message to somebody, it would have taken you about 1 hour. So quickly, we bought a lot of routers. So I don't have that challenge. I've given a lot of routers to. We have routers at the library. We have the routers ICT lab. We have routers at the staff common room. We have routers at the administration. We have routers at the account session that aid in transmitting information from one person to the other. We also have TTL supported us. So we have one that we use. We have internet connectivity. And then we also have government supported internet that was given by the Ministry of Education. So currently it's better as compared to the time that I came. But just that we need to get password to be able to access. So if we don't have it, but the whole locality, because we are in the valley, the internet connectivity is a little of a challenge. But for now, the tutors and the students, they can attest to the fact that there has been a sharp improvement. So they are not suffering as we used to. But because most of them came for their graduation, they don't have password to operate on. So that is the reason.
That's very good. Study moving away from the college scene. Now there have been these circulations on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, about the closure of Training College Institute due to the government's failure to release or disburse the feeding grant for the colleges. As a member of PRINCOF, what do you say about that? What's your take on it, sir?
Yes, we had a meeting at UCC, and I think after that meeting, our chairman, Dr. Nyamiche, was interviewed. In fact, that is a great challenge because last semester, feeding grants were not paid, and this is the second semester. So we have most of our suppliers on our neck, so we don't have money. So we are using our own internal generated funds to pay for the feeding of these students. So if nothing is done within the shortest possible time, we will be struggling. So we are appealing that the government will come to our aid. But I think I had a conversation from Professor Salifu, and they are saying that within the shortest possible time, things will normalize. They will send us the money. So we are appealing that as a matter of agency, government will speed up these processes to help us manage the situation as quickly as possible.
That's good, sir. So, sir, apart from that, today you held the 14th congregation of this noble college, producing, say, a handful of first-class students. As a leader and a president and the principal of this noble institute, what are your expectations for the next, let's say, 5 years to come to boost the number of first-class students in this noble institute?
Yeah, since I came, we have instituted a lot of strategies to help. We have drawn our strategic plan. So in the next 2 or 3 years, we want to see Peki College of Education to be one of the top-notch colleges of education in Ghana. So we have established a quality assurance unit, and then they are giving me feedback of every tutor and the interaction that they have with their student every weekly. So if you don't attend lectures, I'm able to see. If you see, I have 30 CCTV cameras, and I use some to monitor activities of teaching and learning in the classroom. Okay, so that is a measure to help prevent students from dodging classes and then tutors from not attending lectures. Okay, so our monitoring and evaluation system is working. So I'm anticipating that the first group of the B.Ed group, I'll have more first classes. So that is my target, and then we'll improve upon it as time goes on. Yeah. So we have put in. I'm trying to stock the library too with a lot of new books. We are trying to improve the internet content, as I said, at the library, so that student will have access to this internet facilities, so they can do online, both online and then face-to-face learning effectively. So that is what we have done. We want to also institute academic counseling for the students. I've gotten a new guidance and counselor. We have employed a new guidance and counseling coordinator. So we expect that he will be interacting with them. And then we'll have a lot of interaction with the student. So the student will be allocated to their academic counselors so that they share their problems with them, and then it will be communicated to the guidance and counsel coordinator, then it will be forwarded to me. So we are expecting that when all these measures are taking place, it will improve the teaching and learning of students. I'm also trying to introduce a lot of or get more teaching and learning resources. I've renovated the resource center, and then I'm trying to stock the resource center so that they will have a lot of materials for teaching and learning. Again, we are trying to do a lot of online, get a lot of online materials for our students, teaching and learning resources, so that they can use it to improve upon their academic work.
So also, we know that there are some batch who are in the house now. I think the second year students in the house, in the batch now, in the house now. So, what steps are taken to ensure that there's effective lectures going online, and how sure are you that the concept being discussed online will be perfected by the student before they come back and pen down their end of semester exams?
Good. We as I told you, I have my quality assurance unit. Last week they gave me a report on all the lecturers who taught on the online, and again they also gave me a report on teachers who taught during in the face-to-face session. When I sit here too, I'm able to monitor teachers who are going to who goes to classrooms at a particular time because I have the timetable. Okay, so every week, by the close of the week, I will receive a report on the online teaching and learning activities. So if any teacher doesn't teach, I will then query the teacher. And then I also have feedback because the quality assurance officer is able to interact with the student to see whether the teaching and learning is going on effectively or not. So these are some of the measures that we have done so far to improve teaching and learning at GAFCO. And I'm believing that give us some time with the support of my council chairman, with the support of the governing council members, and with the support of management and the teachers themselves, we'll be able to move this college forward.
There you have it, right from the principal's own mouth. This college is going to be placed in that hopeful situation, being the top-notch institute once again. The Honorable Sir, we thank you for your time. We thank you. It's been a pleasure actually meeting you one-on-one. And I'm just awesomely blown away with your achievements and your expectations. With it 2 to 3 years, more first batch classes coming in, and we are hoping for the best. So thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you too. I'm also grateful. I will take this opportunity to thank all the media guys and then my council members, my council chairman, my tutors, the management, and all other people who came to support us during our 14 congregation, especially my colleague principals who also joined me, not forgetting the Minister of Education, and then all those who came to support us. I am much grateful, and I believe that whatever that they have lost as a result of this congregation, God will replenish them bountifully. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, and I remain your host, Kek Elom. It's been an honor with the man himself, the principal of this noble college, the government college for that matter. Now you can get us interactive on our social media handles on Facebook, on Instagram at Ghana College TV. On Instagram, Ghana College TV. Subscribe and you get updated with all our trends in the colleges of education in Ghana. Thank you for watching us.